Daybreak Live, final segment of the show this morning, 65 degrees. Don Smith and Perry Austin join us this morning. And good morning to both of you gentlemen. Thanks for coming by today. And Don, let's begin with you. We got a big event coming up at the museum real soon. Talk about it.
Well, we've got several things. It's been a very busy season for the museum lately, or October and November. And, you know, we got Veterans Day celebration coming up this Saturday at 2 o'clock. If you'd like to come out, I'd like for y'all to come and see our program there. And
what's that going to be about? How's that going to work?
Well, we're going to have, you know, little refreshments at 2 o'clock, and then we're going to have a speaker, and that's going to be good. And let me see, on the 30th of this month is the celebration of the 70th anniversary of the meteorite. We're going to have a program on it. And let me see, that's on a Sunday afternoon, I believe it is. And of course, y'all, you know, the normal reception that we have for the local art show, which is on the 21st, and that's at 6:30 on a Thursday night. And Perry Austin is there. You know, he's a national known artist, and he just happens to be from Sylacauga, and that's fantastic.
We're honored to have him.
We are honored to have him. Yes.
So Perry, talk a little bit about some of your background if people may not know you.
Okay, well, I started off, my first job was like at Hayes International years ago, the drafting board, that kind of thing. I went on and worked at NASA, and I painted on the side, just interested, you know. And then about, I've been represented in galleries from California to North Carolina, Florida, Georgia. It was great. All my brothers painted at one time. We used to paint together, have a lot of fun. A lot of criticism flowed freely.
I bet so.
Yeah. And yeah, it's been a
brotherly love, though.
Yeah, oh, always. But yeah, they were always my best friends. We were lucky. But I got I picked up representation at New Life Art Gallery in Birmingham back when my wife Carol wanted me to enter one of those Sylacauga shows years ago, and I said, I don't, you know. I said, somebody might probably want me to paint redbirds on their mailbox or whatever. Anyway, I was in Chicago on a business meeting. She entered me.
Wow.
I came back, but anyway, I ended up selling, I think, 4 paintings in Sylacauga. Won the Judges Award, and they asked me to be represented there. So that was actually the first gallery I was represented in. And then Loretta Goodwin in Birmingham, which is now Beverly McNeil Gallery. So I've been in that gallery for well over 20 years. Walls Fine Art in Wilmington, North Carolina, we met when I entered me and my brothers into Art Expo New York, and we were accepted. The show was at Jacob Javits Center, and we met David and Nancy. They came in and just said, we like your work, you know, but we hadn't seen the show, and they left, and they came back right before lunch and said, we've seen the show, and we like you guys. We like what you do. And they bought 9 paintings.
Oh, wow.
They said, if you'll take those off the wall, we'll be back. We're going to have lunch, whatever. Well, at about 4 o'clock that afternoon, I said, we won't ever see those people again. but they did. They came walking back.
Surprise, surprise.
Said, did you get it total? I said, yeah. And he said, Nancy, write him a check. And then he said, you understand we're not buying paintings? And I said, no, you just bought. He said that, yeah, but he said, we're buying, in fact, a relationship. He said, we don't support artists that we don't feel like we can move ahead and they can help us move ahead. And that was somewhere in the early 80s.
So can you just kind of throw out a ballpark of maybe the dollar amount what that might have sold for back in that day?
I think, God, I really don't remember, Jim.
Okay.
But it was 9 paintings, and we didn't price them economy So, I mean, you know, there's no point in it.
I got you.
No point.
I got you. So, Don, what we got going on in the next few days here at the museum?
All right, you need to sign up for his workshop, and it's November the 14th, 15th, and 16th, and it is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and you can sign up at the museum, and we are located at 711 North Broadway in Sylacauga. And the telephone number down there, if you'd like to write that down, is 256-245-4016. Perry will be a hands-on workshop, am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, he'll not only for the beginner, but for the advanced. So, you know, at any level of art, you know, and this is the real guy. I mean, he's selling. I mean, he's got stuff going.
What type of works will you have there at the museum?
Landscape mostly is what I do.
Okay.
But it's that's like talking about selling. You know, art becomes a business. It's
Sure.
people think about, well, you know, they ask me, how do you get motivated? I said, I don't get motivated. I squeeze out some paint, pick up a brush, and it's just like you go to work every morning. It's the same thing, you know.
He's
But,
got one of the prettiest pieces hanging in the museum right now for the local art show, which is November the 21st at the museum. It's on display in the gallery right now, and it's at where is that painting of that ship?
That was Shem Creek in South Carolina.
It is absolutely beautiful.
So, how many hours would you say, Perry, that you may have worked on that piece? You ever think about stuff like that?
Oh yeah, yeah. Painting is literally about time investment. You know, if you don't want to spend a lot of time on a painting and never get it right. It's kind of like building a house. If you get the foundation out of square, you'll have to correct all the way through it, and it still won't be right. So, but I'll spend anywhere from 8 hours to 20 hours. You know, maybe not straight. I may, you know, go get off. You know, sometimes you just get to a point and you think, well, what do I do next? So you just quit and wait. You come back when you have a better idea. But it's almost like when I teach, I tell people it's not like painting. It's like building a painting. If you think there's a process you can go through. There's things that make it easy.
Is it something you gotta love?
You gotta love it, and to advance, you gotta paint a lot. You gotta read a lot. There's just the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know about painting. Because there are methods to producing a painting that work. Composition, you know. One of the great artists was Ruskin, and his advice to people, he said, if you fail at composition for any reason, the painting will never go beyond mediocrity. So that's how important composition is. So
I know a lot of people are going to be interested in what we got going on at the museum in the next month or so, and go over again what's going to be happening, especially with Perry and his works of art as well.
Okay, well, the Veterans Day celebration that the mayor was just talking about, this is something happening at the museum on the 9th, and it's at 2 o'clock. We have refreshments and we have a program, and
That's
Robert
actually tomorrow,
Fowler,
right? Yeah.
Robert Fowler, he'll be presenting God and Country. It's absolutely marvelous, the people who have witnessed this program, and then we'll have the Perry's workshop the 14th, 15th, and 16th. It starts at 9 a.m., goes to 4 every day, I assume. And that is a wonderful thing. The price on that is $350, and you can sign up at the museum or contact Perry. And the telephone number at the museum, again, I'm going to say it one more time, 256-249-4016. And the celebration, you know, we can't tell when, we couldn't say when we're going to have the meteorite fall from the sky, but it happened on November the 30th, and we will be celebrating the 70th year of the meteorite. And that's just, and then on 21st this month for the normal reception for the local art show. And if you hadn't been to the museum lately, you need to come and see. And then our plans are in December to renovate the gallery, the art gallery that we have the shows in. So it's good. We're going to be closed part of the month of December because of the construction inside.
All right. Thank you both for coming this morning. Perry, anything closing?
Yeah, if people want to see my work, they can go to my website.
Okay.
And the website's perryaustinfineart.com, but you can just Google Perry Austin and all kind of stuff will come up, so it'll get you there.
Is that good and bad? Or?
That's good. Good.
Hey, thank you both for coming this morning. It's been a pleasure. And Perry, it's an honor to meet you and your work. I look forward to seeing it, and I know a lot of people will as well. That's going to wrap it up for me on Daybreak Live for another week. Thank you for joining.